Hello, my name is Chloe. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you the announcement video for my readathon. So I have always wanted to host a readathon. I have now been on BookTube for 3 years and I finally got to the point where I had an idea that I wanted to roll with, that people seemed enthusiastic about, and I felt comfortable hosting. So now is finally the time. I am so scared. So just as a brief overview, this is the long distance relationship readathon, or the Ldr-athon for short. I came up with this idea because I was thinking about what I have in my life that I'm as enthusiastic about as books to bring in as a readathon. I was thinking TV shows and like fandoms and things like that. But let's face it, the one thing people seem to think about when they think of me is my long distance relationship and Cole and the travel ban and all of that good stuff. So why not make a readathon out of it? This readathon, it is not limited to certain genres of books. It is all very, very broad, and you don't even need to be interested in my relationship to do it. Of course you don't. There are no specific prompts for read a romance, read a book featuring a long distance relationship. They're all very, very broad. And just to start the announcement video off, I will say it is only running for a week, from the 8th to the 14th of November. I've really been missing simple and easy readathons, so it's a week long. There are 5 prompts. You can double up, you can triple up, you can read one book for all of the prompts. I don't care what you do. I just want to get people involved and celebrating the long distance relationship community. It has been a very, very difficult 18 months for a lot of people. The hashtag Love Is Not Tourism community has been so helpful to me when I've been struggling, and I feel like through BookTube is the only way I'm going to be able to pay that back in some way. So I just wanted to bring light on the struggles that we've been having, and hopefully soon the amazing reunions we're going to be having with all of our long distance partners. So that's a very brief overview of the readathon. What I actually just wanted to jump into now is my story and why I am doing this. So I met my boyfriend Cole through his sister back in 2019. We were texting a little bit in the kind of June, July, August of 2019, and I flew over there at the end of September to hang out with his sister. Things happened and we ended up as a couple. I will say I did a full interview with Sam and Monica, who, if you are in the long distance relationship community, they are a very, very big and influential couple. So they did interview me. On their podcast, which I will link the Spotify and the YouTube video they turned it into if you don't use Spotify. I will link both of those in the description because it's over an hour of me explaining my story. So if you want to know all the complications and things like that, then do check that out. I'm just going to do a general overview now. So we ended up as a couple. We spent that first Christmas period, so obviously met in the September. I left there end of September, and we had October, November, December apart, and that felt like a very long time. He then flew over in January of 2020 and spent 5 weeks living with me, just having normal life, and it was absolutely amazing. Again, I have a full video of our trip on my channel, which I will link in the description for you if you want to see what we got up to. But I've got some quick clips in there of just us hanging out. We went to Go Ape, we went to a castle, we went to London and had like a weekend away for his birthday. So yeah, we did lots of exciting things, and I wanted to show him some of the British sites. Saying that, I now have a long list that I want to go through the next time he gets over here. But we had some fun. We got to know each other a little bit better because obviously we had not spent time together at that point. So it was really exciting to bring him into the country and actually spend time getting to know each other, not through a phone. So when he left in February of 2020, I was an absolute mess. I had already booked my plane tickets for June, and we had no idea what was to come. So when COVID-19 hit in kind of February, March time of 2020, I started recording in my journal days until I see Cole, and it would be the day corona dependent in brackets. Then it turned into who the hell knows what's going on. And then I've had since then of flights being cancelled, rearranged, just everything has been really, really upsetting. The travel ban that was first put in by President Trump was then retracted on his last day in office, and President Biden's first move was to reinstate that travel ban. So that was not a really good time in my personal emotional state, thinking that maybe that was it, maybe it was done, and it wasn't done. It came back, and it was only a couple weeks ago now that Biden stated that he would be lifting the travel ban with a little bit of help from Boris Johnson. If you don't know, if you're not following like world politics, that he is the Prime Minister in the UK. He went over there and tried to sort a lot of issues out, one of them being the travel ban. So Biden did say that it's being lifted in November. Saying that, I am currently filming this on the 3rd of October and he has not given a date, which I am trying not to stress. It is probably going to be fine, but with the 18 months that I have had, I don't have that much faith, and that is why I'm still turning to the Love Is Not Tourism community. There are still long distance couples in so many different countries who can't see each other, who don't have lifts of these travel bans, and it is very, very hard for a lot of people in this community. So as I said, I want to bring a little bit of light to that and the support that they've given me. I've been rambling a little bit now, and let's just get into what I'm sure you guys want to see, and that is the prompts. So as I said, there are 5 prompts here which are not related to the long distance relationship or romance or anything in particular. They are very, very broad. So the first prompt is FaceTime calls. FaceTime calls are a massive part of mine and Cole's relationship. We don't FaceTime every day. People do think we do. We don't. But it is really, really lovely to see his face. It sounds so like, of course it's lovely to see his face. But FaceTime calls are like the staple part of our relationship, and it is how we get through being apart for so long. So the prompt is FaceTime calls, read a book recommended by a friend. There are many ways you could take this. This could be recommended by a friend in real life, like not on the BookTube community, or a family member. It could be a book that somebody you know in the book online community has told you that you would like. Or if you don't have those sorts of relationships going on directly, it could be a book that, say, one of your favorite booktubers, I'm just going to say it's me, any booktubers, it could be a book that one of us has read and that you think sounds cool. So I am basically recommending any book I've read and enjoyed. I'm recommending them all to you now. So you can pick a book that I liked and say that it's been recommended to you. Similarly with any bookish creator on the internet, anything you've seen them enjoying and you're going to take that as a recommendation, then do it. The next prompt is 3,924 miles. This has been made the title of a prompt as that is the distance between my apartment and Cole's apartment. It's a very, very long way. Very, very long way. So the prompt for this is to read a book set in a different country. Very, very broad. Literally any country apart from your home country or the country you're living in. Even if they are different countries, just discount one of them and you can go with the other one. Just not one of or the country that you were born, raised, or currently living in. Just set in another country. Next, potentially my favourite prompt is reunion, and that is to read a 5-star prediction. When I get stressed, I think about what it's going to be like to run up to Cole in the airport. That moment in my brain is a 5-star prediction, and I genuinely cannot wait for that moment. So reunion, read a 5-star prediction. Next, we have airmail. So one of the ways that me and Cole do continue to like send each other presents is we send boxes of treats and things backwards and forwards from the UK to the US. I do have a playlist on my channel for these unboxings. We've also got friends involved in this as well, and you won't be able to see the ones that I have sent to Cole obviously, but you'll be able to see some of the ones I have received in that playlist. But what we do is we just pick things that we want the other person to try and ship them over. It costs so much money, but airmail, very important. So the prompt is read a book that was gifted to you. This might be another one that people have to change around a little bit. So when I say gifted to me, I'll be picking something that one of you lovely people bought me from my wish list and reading that in the week. I understand that's not the situation for everyone. So gifted, it could have been a previous Christmas birthday present. A book that you bought with a gift voucher would also count. If none of that is suiting you, why don't you read a book from the library, because that is like a temporary gift from the library, you're not paying for it. Would also work. Or if that really doesn't work for you, the little niche way I have of getting out of this is you could take inspiration from somebody else's TBR. So if you really like the look of the book that I'm using as my reunion prompt, you could read that as your airmail prompt because the idea has been gifted to you, like you're stealing a book. Does that make sense? I'm just thinking, if it is really impossible for you to pick a book that you have physically been gifted by someone else, or use a library book that has temporarily been gifted to you, why don't you steal a book and count that as gifted? That is the 3 ways of getting around this prompt. And finally, the last prompt is travel bans, and that is to pick up a comfort read. As a lot of you guys would have seen in my weekly vlogs, the travel ban has been something that really has been bringing me down. You can imagine how horrible it is that I physically cannot get into the country that my boyfriend is in because of border restrictions. There are obviously visa restrictions on travel anyway, but an actual thing that says you are not allowed in this country and we don't know when you will be has been very horrible. So for this prompt, you have to pick up a book that you know is going to be a feel-good, comforting blanket and just an overall good time to read. So this could be a book that you know you'll get through quickly. It could be a book that you've read before and you know you love, or it could be a book that someone has told you you're definitely going to love and you just want to snuggle up and enjoy it. So as I said, you can double up, you can triple up, you can find one book that fits all of these prompts if you really can, like go for it. I will be reading a book for each prompt. It is a week long, so 5 books in a week. I used to do that for readathons all the time, so let's see if I can do it this time. If you have any questions about what I've been talking about, there is a readathon Twitter, which is at Ldr. I will link it down in the description, but that is where I'll be posting a lot of the content for this readathon and like getting in touch with everyone. So make sure you're following that Twitter account as well as my normal Twitter account, Chloe Reads Books. I'm sure you are, but definitely make sure you've got one of the accounts at least on Twitter so you can see everything that's going on with this readathon. If you have any questions, just reach out, get in touch. I will definitely answer them. I am hoping and praying that I have not forgotten anything in this announcement video because I have never been more nervous to film a video. Please do let me know if you're going to be taking part. I'll be posting a TBR closer to the time dedicated to the readathon, and I will be on the lookout for all of you guys' TBRs. So let me know down in the comments whether you'll be taking part in my readathon. I ahead of time appreciate everybody's support. This is so nerve-wracking for me. I've never done anything like this, so I'm very scared that nobody's going to take part. So please do let me know if you are. Let me know if you love this idea. Don't let me know if you hate this idea, just if you love it. But on that note, I'm going to stop rambling. So thank you very much for watching this video. I really do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.